Hi everyone, day 12, grandmother's wisdom and basket weaving. How was everybody today? I want you to put a thumbs up or a hi if you're in and you've logged in. I'm going to look up at my screen here and try and recognize you. If I don't, I'm still quite new with this technology, but it doesn't stop me from getting on, and any questions or comments, they show up in my feed when I go back to look at the video. Yeah, so yesterday was day 11 and I demonstrated, just in short, some weaving. And the weaving was done with paper. And I just remember I said I had a lot of leftover weavers. I had a lot. I'm not throwing those in the garbage. I could still use some more. And I created something special for us today. Obviously, when we're doing these art forms, the first thing that came to my mind is, this is so easy. Like, I could get this pattern anywhere. Obviously, this is the truth. You can. And I went and I received a pattern. I got a pattern from, her name is Craft Passion. And I thought, oh, there's a template. And then the template needed to be enlarged by 200%. I went to do that and it was a little bit more difficult, and then some other problems started to come up. Once I've got that figured out for the template for this paper basket that we're going to look at, there were other things like weaving. And as I was weaving the paper, I was thinking to myself, all hands and fingers, and trying to get the weavers into the basket and not having any closed clips to hold the top of the basket or paper clips. I used masking tape. And while I was doing that, I was thinking about my grandmothers. My grandmother Amelia, she passed away in 1994 at the age of 79-ish. And I did not know up until, I want to say 15 years ago, that she wove. She wove baskets. And what happened was her baskets were sold to another lady. But the long and short of it was that my grandmother never received the adequate payment for the baskets. And then I was thinking about the water, which you see behind me. And here we are in this day and age with a very big challenge around sickness. It's been around for a while, but we sure got a wake-up call this time. And we've been calling on our grandmothers and our grandfathers in our prayer. It's about the time we call for them, isn't it? It's when we're worried, we want to be covered, there are angels, we're looking for answers to our questions. And yeah, it's sitting right there. As I was weaving this basket, I was thinking to myself, up until the 1600s and earlier, my ancestors used willow at a certain time of the year to create baskets. The women at this time of the year, in some teachings, create baskets as a type of water ceremony. Yeah. But the baskets, the creation of the baskets, isn't so much about the ceremony as it is the knowledge that needed to be passed on. And you're wondering possibly what this basket looks like. So I'll show you. And then I want to share a little bit more on the grandmothers. This is my first paper basket since I was like 10 years old. My parents didn't have a whole lot of money. So I found cardboard boxes or shoebox or, oh, those cornflake boxes. Back in the day, they were boxes, and I would make the weavers and I would make a basket. And we're losing this skill because it's not just fast food anymore. It's fast art, fast crafts, and the traditional knowledge of the basket and its weaving is being lost. I can attest to that because I built that, and like I said, all fingers and whatnot. So we call on the old ones in our prayers. And I'm going to, please, please, I pray for the water. I pray for the land. Help me. Knock, 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 knock on your door. Keep on knocking on your door. Remember that song? And I can almost imagine them from the other side, because the answer is inside of us. And it's taken me a long time to understand. And this morning, while I was doing this, I could actually see the faces of my grandmothers smiling away as I've got glue on my hands and whatnot, because they did them with willow weavers, and they spent hours perfecting the design, which I adamantly just think that's so awesome. When we do this creative spell, we have all this time right now, and I can't believe there are actually some of us who are bored. Try picking up an art form like this basket making. Start with paper and work your way up to yarn, because these weavers can be yarn. Go from there to going outside, and of course the willow, creating a basket with the willows, the weavers, it might be a little bit different. And I may think about that, going out and doing a demonstration of willow, which is what I would call a high-end marketing for any artist. The reason for that is because this one took me 2 hours, and a willow basket may take me anywhere from, I want to say 6 to 10 hours, because you got to go and get the willow when the sap is running, so it's bendable and it doesn't snap. And you also have to bring it back in the day you collect it to weave, to begin to weave. And so there's a base that you have to create. So I don't have a visual in front of you to show you that. But I want to say, take up an art form while you're feeling this pressure. If you're worried and anxious, get your grandchildren to do this with you. I remember doing colored eggs with my kids. We don't even do, how many of you do colored eggs? Easter is coming. I read that in the post. Colored eggs. I just love there's another art form, the Ukrainian colored eggs. Like, I have the kit over there, and maybe that's another interest. If you are interested in the egg coloring, drop a note. Yes, egg coloring, or egg yes, or something, so that I know that that's something that we could do together. I'm still on. This is day 12. I've committed myself to 30 days. Every day, I think in my head what it is I'm going to bring to you. That's the reason why I'm saying an art form is because while we're searching for the answers, it gets us out of our own way. With the anxiety, with the stress, with the worry, while you're trying to get your fingers around these weavers and in and out, you can't think about anything else. And also, while you're doing that, you're calling upon memories. The really good memories. Kick out all the negative stuff. Think about the time that was the best time when you did a creative art form with someone. And if you haven't, make this one your special deal. So wake up. We all have a grandmother and a grandfather inside. Wake them up. Wake them up. Wake them up pick an art form and get busy. The grandmothers, as I said, honored the water and the land. So did the grandfathers. They taught me so much about the times to pick the plants, when to harvest, when to give that away. That's right. When we are people who work with others, we're also taught when and how much time we need to take down. Today we call those mentorship. But back in my day, it was grandmothers and grandfathers would say to me, "You've been busy for the last 6 months, stop it. You're no good for anybody if you worry like that. You need to take a break." And that was what winter was about. We were losing that. And the baskets remind us of the water when it begins to thaw. We're given thanks to an energy that already has an awareness because of the earth and the cycle. I'm trying to remember there's an electrical field around the world and the geese follow that. And when the geese have been back for a bit apparently in Edmonton. And when you know that the geese are back, we're scrambling because the actual thawing is happening under my nose. And this is every year when it comes to balsam cream. Which, back to my gift. Yesterday, we did the little bears with face claws. Remember that? And my little bow fell down here. What you want to do is, this is a suggestion, right? You got your basket. You take your little bears. You put your little bears in here. Maybe somebody's not feeling well, or it's an Easter gift. I'm trying to, okay, let's turn them around. Like this, right? What a wonderful gift. What do you call those now? Oils? Essential oil? Maybe you make your own. You put the recipe in there, maybe? The balsam pitch I make for cream. Maybe you can offer and put that in there for Easter. For those of you that practice or participate in that event. If not, it's still a great time of giving. I could add to this basket tomorrow. I want to say something too. The basket that you and your family can make one each, it's made out of construction paper. I will supply the template. I will mention her name is Creative Passions. She's the one for the template and I've just enlarged it. I will tell you what you need. I use this poster board and the construction paper and construction paper weavers and the ribbon. Okay, this is a good idea. You can fill it with anything. The towels, the face towels themselves were, these guys was $1.50 for 4, and the ribbon was another $1.25. So what is that? That's $3. The paper, that's like $1.50 in the dollar store. And your poster board is $1. So under $10 you can make this. And if not, make the basket with whatever you've got in the house. I want a call to action today because I see it and we are just in the beginning of this sweep of what went through. I don't want to remind us too heavily about China and Italy. It's sweeping through Canada right at the moment, and it's to me what I see is it's slow, but it's at some point it's going to hit a peak. Please check on elderly people. There is nothing more sadder than having somebody be alone. Phone them. Play cards on Skype or Zoom with them. FaceTime them. Check on them. Ensure that they have enough to look after themselves or just caring. We need to care about one another. Like this fast society is separated us. We don't even check on each other anymore. No, I am seriously, honestly check on somebody and ask them how they're doing. I'm getting all emotional about this because there are people that need someone just to say, how you doing? And have a brief conversation. But I don't see in my own life that happening. I've been checking on people. So check on each other, your loved ones, and out even around your circle. Check on them. At this time, it is a time for us to connect. We need to learn how to care about ourselves and one another. And I get frustrated when I say, oh, I'm bored, and oh, this is my rant. And bring it back to calm and check on people. That anxiety and that worry, we're all supposed to know we love one another, are we? Is that the truth? So I leave you with that heavy-duty message. And if this is why the creative channel for the next up until 30 days, I'm on day 12, is to provide some kind of passion. You can go away and Skype one another and tell each other what you need at home and do long distance creativity. I love you all, and let me know in the comments what you think. Is there anything else I can add? I'm here for you for another, 17, 18 days? I'm showing up because I care about you. Alrighty? I love you. And I'll, if you subscribe to all my news on my website, when you subscribe, if you're not sure where the button is, let me know. And you go on my list. When I create the PDFs and the instructions for this, I'm getting behind. I will email them personally to you. Okay? Love you. Thanks for tuning in.